What's going on, everybody? It's Stas here. Welcome back to another video. So in today's video, we're going to be doing a quick little trading update, market update on what trades that I personally took, as well as what the market is looking like as a whole. Also, we're going to be talking about what stocks I'm watching for the rest of this week to potentially take trades in. But before I get into the topic of this video, guys, for all of you new viewers out there, my name is Stas, and I make videos dealing with swing trading, day trading, long-term investing, and my personal philosophies and strategies when it comes down to investing and trading in the stock market. So if that's something that you're interested in, guys, if you want to learn more about the stock market, investing, and trading, feel free to drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe, and join the Facebook group as well as the Discord group chat. Both of those are linked down below in the description box. We're talking about stock market trading, investing, entrepreneurship on a day-to-day basis in those two platforms. So make sure you guys get into those groups. Again, link is down below in the description box. So, overall, guys, the markets today were okay. And, let's take a look at the S&P 500 first. And, this one was down about $3.79. We saw the all-time high here at about $2,940. And we've been seeing a healthy little correction over the past couple of trading days. And now we're hovering a little bit over the EMA line at about $2,900.15. So I do think the S&P has a little bit more to fall, maybe back down in this 50-day SMA indicator at about 2,900, where it would bounce and continue the uptrend pattern that it's currently on. So that's not too bad for the S&P 500. If we look a little bit over here to the Dow Jones, let's take a look at how that one did today. Down about $69, about $70 today. And again, this one's taking a healthy pullback due to the big bull run that it had over the past week, 2 weeks, all the way up to about $26,770. So, this is expected, guys. Whenever these indexes are shooting up in price for a couple of days, couple of weeks, we do expect for a little pullback to occur, right? And this is exactly that moment in time when, these indexes are pulling back in price. So we see the Dow Jones down a little bit. We see the S&P 500 down a little bit today. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ really quickly. This one was up a little bit today, up about $6.75. This one's riding the 50-day SMA line, as we can see here. It's pushing up in price slowly. So, in terms of this index, this one is not really on a pullback right now. This one seems like it's starting to push back up from the pullback that we saw down to about 7,500. So, this one, we got to see what goes on with the NASDAQ for the next couple of days to see if it does continue this uptrending pattern that it's on, right? So, that's what we're looking at in terms of the indexes. And now to get into what stocks I have been trading and what stocks I'm watching for the rest of this week. So the first stock, guys, that I was trading for this week was ticker symbol NOW. And we shouted this one out in the Discord group chat. And, we shouted it out right about here at about $190 to $191. So I personally got into this stock yesterday on Monday at about $192.30. I believe I got in somewhere around here, guys. It was midday yesterday, and I'm still actively holding this one. I got in with a smaller position here, because it did not break above this indicator right here quite yet, but I did feel like it was a good opportunity to get into this stock due to the break above the EMA line. So, I took a small position, right? And, I've always preached on this channel to scale into your positions. Don't just hop in right away with your whole, account value or your whole position value, right away, because if it goes down in price, you're going to lose a lot more money that way. So, I'm scaling in, and, that's what I always tell people to do, right? Get in. Let's say you're taking a $3,000 position in total. You would want to scale in with 500 to 750, depending on how much risk you're willing to take on, right? So I personally scaled in here at about 192.30, right? And I added more to my position today as it broke above this 50-day SMA indicator. So this one's going to be very interesting to see if it pushes back up to about $200. And I do have a limit order as of now at about $200 due to me being a more conservative trader. So, if it does push, or it does seem like it's pushing up tomorrow as well, I might adjust that limit order maybe a little bit higher and slowly put more money in into this position. You know, what I'm waiting to see with ticker symbol NOW before I potentially do add more to my position is a little pullback and a bounce on this 50-day SMA indicator and a continuous push up. Because if we're looking here at the RSI levels, guys, we are noticing that this stock is becoming a little bit overbought. We see that the levels are at about 64 right now, and you know, the more it gets up here towards 70, the more and more, you know, overbought that this stock is becoming. So I'm expecting a little pullback in this stock due to the 2 green days in a row that we've had, and that's where I'm going to be looking to add more money into it. And again, I'm going to be adjusting my limit order if we are seeing some more upwards momentum tomorrow in this stock. So another one that I was trading, guys, is ticker symbol FANG, and this one that is actually one that I actually sold off due to it reaching the resistance point here at about 135, and we're seeing that it's slowly starting to pull back from this particular point, right? We're noticing it hit 136, started to push back down, so I ended up taking my profits right at about $135 as I started to cross below the 180 SMA. And you know, this was a very good trade. This is one of the trades that went pretty much exactly according to the plan, right? We were talking about how I was going to wait to get into this one right above the 180 SMA indicator, and we were talking about how we didn't want to get faked out in terms of getting in right here before the confirmation of the bounce on the 180-day SMA indicator. So that's exactly what I ended up waiting for. It popped up above here, it bounced right here, and I ended up getting in right around here at about 129.30, and I wrote it up all the way up to 135, which gave me a very solid trade, and it pretty much went according to the plan, exactly according to the plan, like I said earlier, right? So this one, guys, very solid trade for me in FANG and in ticker symbol NOW, and I'm still holding NOW like I mentioned before. So let's talk about some other ones that I'm keeping my eyes on for the rest of this week. So Shopify, guys, we were talking about this one. It's kind of pushing down now below the EMA line. So, you know, this one is kind of downtrending as we're speaking right now because it really didn't bounce here to push back up. But now it's looking like it's going to push down to the 50-day SMA. So, you know, I'm not really messing with Shopify as of yet because, you know, why would I want to invest in something here that has not really confirmed the bounce yet, that it's pretty much trending below the indicators that we really like to use when we are trading stocks, right? The EMA line is one of the main indicators that I use when trading stocks, and I like stocks to be above the EMA indicator when I trade them, right? And this one, guys, is trading below it, and it's pretty much like a falling knife. Not really a falling knife, but, you know, it's kind of showing signs of a downwards push right now with all these red candlesticks here, or at least with this one red candlestick here. So I'm waiting for a little pullback down, maybe to the 50-day SMA indicator, and keeping my eyes very closely on this one to see whether or not it's going to bounce here and continue to push up. So that's what I'm looking at in terms of Shopify. There were some more today that were shouted out in the Facebook group as well as the Discord group chat. I think CATM was one of those. Yes. This one was messaged to me, I think, on Instagram, or it was talked about in the Discord group chat. I don't remember because I do get a bunch of messages every single day, but I figured I'd talk about this one on the video. So this one, guys, it pulled back down from $39 all the way down to $31. So that opened up a very solid, close to 20% potential for profit in ticker symbol CATM. And what we're noticing now is that it consolidated, it pushed above the EMA line, and now we're waiting for it to break above the 50-day SMA indicator, where it's seeming to show, you know, a little resistance under this indicator, which is why I'm not yet trading this one. I want to see and wait for a break above this 50-day SMA indicator before, you know, putting any money into this. But I still figure that this one's a good one to shout out in this video and talk about and add into my watch list here as well, due to the upwards momentum, upwards push that it's slowly starting to show. But again, guys, we don't want to invest or trade in an ETF, what am I saying? Into a stock that's looking like this, due to the resistance, strong resistance that's being shown right here. We rather wait for the break above, wait for the pullback, and wait for the bounce on top of the 50-day SMA indicator and the continuous push up before we get into this, right? This is very similar to what we did with ticker symbol FANG. Remember, we waited for the break above the 180 SMA indicator, the pullback, the bounce there, and the continuous push up before we did invest into it. And that's the same exact thing that I'm looking at for this particular stock, right? So I'm going to make an alert very quickly. Let's say at about $34 for this particular stock. Let's make that alert right here. $34, create, perfect. And I'm going to wait for the break above the 50-day SMA indicator and the break above that alert before even potentially putting money into this one. So another one that I want to talk about today was CNAT, ticker symbol CNAT, and this is one that I did day trade a couple of days back, and this one, guys, has been on an insane bull run over the past couple of weeks. We see from 420 all the way up to about 670. That was a huge increase in the stock's price, about 38%. And now what we see is a big pullback, about a 7% pullback in the stock, and it's slowly, not really consolidating quite yet, but it's holding above this EMA line. So I'm watching this one tomorrow due to the big profit margin that has opened up due to this pullback from about 670 all the way down to here, and I want to see whether or not it's going to hold above the EMA line, start to curl back up and push back up in its price to continue the uptrending pattern that it's on. So this one, guys, very, very simple. We're watching this one due to the uptrending pattern that it's on and due to the pullback that it just experienced today. So again, nothing's really guaranteed in the stock market, guys, and tomorrow if we wake up and this one's already down to 550, 530, 520, we're not even going to watch it because at that point it's below the EMA line and that's below our confirmation point for trading and swing trading the stocks, right? So that's what I'm looking at in terms of ticker symbol CNAT. So another one I wanted to talk about was ticker symbol LABU, and this is another inverse ETF, and I've traded this one a couple of times in the past, but to be honest with you guys, I haven't traded LABU or LABD, which is its inverse, in a while, right? It's probably been a couple of months since I've traded these two inverse ETFs, but I wanted to talk about LABU in specific right now, and this is the bull ETF out of the two due to the little consolidation and recovery point that we're slowly starting to see in this stock, or this ETF rather. And for those of you guys that do not know what LABU and LABD trade upon, before I do get into the technical analysis of the stock, you got to type in $SPSIBI. And this is a biotechnology industry index, and pretty much whenever this index is going up in price, LABU is going up in price as well, but whenever it's going down in price, LABD, which is the bear ETF, is going up in price. So we notice very quickly, guys, just to look at this, we notice that SPSIBI, this index bounced at this critical support level here at about $7,300 roughly, let's say, right? We see it bounce there once, here twice. It went a little bit below there to about $7,200. We could count that as a bounce as well. And right here, it bounced perfectly at $7,300, right? And from there, we noticed the break above the EMA, but we're still seeing some very strong resistance points right under the 180 SMA as well as the 50-day SMA. And we're seeing a red candlestick start to form here pretty much towards the end of the day, of the trading day today. And this is pretty much why I have not traded LABU quite yet. I want to wait for the break above the EMA, or actually not the EMA, the 180 SMA and the 50-day SMA, just to really confirm the uptrending pattern of this particular index. And again, when this index is going up in price, LABU is going up in price as well. So, if we do see the break above here, right, we're going to see an uptrending pattern most likely in SPSIBI, and we've seen that push up. We've seen how much it's pushed up in the past, right? And we do see a very solid resistance point here at about 78.50. So from about 7,300 up to about 78.50, that's a very solid move, horizontal pattern move here for this particular index, and that correlates pretty well over here to LABU in terms of potential for profit, and pretty much same thing with SPSIBI. LABU has a very solid support here at about $90 to $91 where it bounced at and it broke above the EMA, but we're seeing some strong resistance under the 180 and the 50-day SMA indicators. So what I want to see, guys, pretty much is a break above $98.50. I'm going to quickly set that alert here before we calculate how much potential for profit is offered, by this particular ETF. So $98.50. Let's say we get in at about $98.50. Up to previous resistance points at about 108, that offers 10%, and up to about 113, 114, that offers about 13%. So guys, this is a very solid ETF to be watching in my personal opinion, and that's why it's on my watch list as of now, right? And 10 to 15%, the whole goal here is not to grab all that percentage for profit, but grab some of it, right? 5, 6, 7%, take your profits and move on to the next trade. So that's what we're looking at in terms of LABU. And just to quickly end off the video, guys, talking about DGAS. DGAS is like a falling knife right now. This one's not showing any signs of life, so the next support level we're going to be watching on DGAS is at about $17, right? And if it does get below there, I'm going to be very scared in terms of DGAS, right? And we notice that it's very oversold in terms of the RSI levels, right? It's already down to about 19 right now. So guys, I'm waiting for the day that DGAS has a hard push up, because it pretty much happens every single time when we see a very big sell-off in DGAS. Look at this, guys. Very big sell-off in DGAS, and then once it does start to push up, it pushes up strong. Check this out. It bottomed out at about $17, and then it went on a ridiculous bull run, and it pretty much doubled its price. Am I saying it's going to double in price again? Absolutely not. We do not know what's going to happen. But, once it does find its bottom, once it does pop up above the EMA line, guys, this one should be in store for a very solid profit potential. We can see anywhere from 20 to 30%. Even up to 40% in this particular ETF. And guys, I'm being very patient, and I have some money set aside just for this ETF because I do want to hop into this one once it does start to reverse, because there is a lot of value in this one, or at least in my personal opinion. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and follow me on Twitter if you guys want to, and join that Discord group chat as well as the Facebook group. Again, all the links are down below in the description box. I'll catch you guys in the next video, and make sure to do your own research when it comes down to trading and investing. Do not buy or sell based off of my opinion or anybody else's opinion out there, because that's not how you're going to become self-sufficient trader/investor over time. So hope you guys found some value in this video. Hopefully everybody out there is having a great trading day, great trading week. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.